First exciting feature is our new MEDIALecture web facility. Many of you will already be familiar with the MEDIALecture client for PC and Mac. What follows is a demonstration of our new web-based version of MEDIALecture, which offers the same great functionality but without the need to install a client. We've tried to keep the workflow the same as the existing version of MEDIALecture. To initiate it, you use the existing record button on the portal interface as shown. At this point, the user will get the option to choose between the new web-based client and the existing installable client. We aren't forcing customers or users to stop using the existing client. So should you need to, you do not need to offer this choice if you'd rather keep using the existing client. Indeed, if you want to migrate right away, then you can default to launch a new client without offering a choice. More on that a little bit later. So let's assume you want to use the existing client. You just click as indicated. This, as before, will launch MEDIALecture as you know it now. Alternatively, if you want to use the new web-based version, you click as indicated here on the slide. This then launches MEDIALecture Web. Hopefully you're as happy as I look here. You'll notice here that my MEDIALecture Web is defaulting to just record my webcam. However, you can also record your screen, or indeed both at the same time. In terms of screen recording options, you can choose a tab to record, choose a window, or if you like, the entire screen. When choosing a tab, you also have the opportunity to select the tab audio, which is great if you're looking to capture the audio from, for example, a video that you're playing on YouTube. The other really cool thing here is that when you go to record, the title and description information are automatically populated and the user can choose to edit this or not. The typing in of metadata was historically a bugbear with the installed version of MEDIALecture, so this saves time and makes the workflow more slick. And of course, all of this functionality that I've shown is also available in the LMS integrations that we support. So you'd go into your LMS and you simply click to record within the Medial LMS window. Again, you can choose your version of MEDIALecture to use if you have it configured in that way. I've chosen the web version here. Then you can choose what to record in terms of video, screen, or both, and just simply smile for the camera. And once you're recording, you see a preview of what's being recorded and the upload status bar, which indicates your recording is incrementally being pushed to Medial as you record it. You click finish to end the recording, and the recording is automatically added to your LMS text editor. Here we can see the video embedded into Moodle. Not shown before, but you can also pause your video multiple times within the recording, and we will stitch together that recording once it's been uploaded to Medial. Of course, the same is true within Blackboard in terms of the embedded video being added to the LMS and Canvas and Desire to Learn. So it's a really, really simple workflow, and the video is automatically added at the end of the recording within your LMS. From a Medial admin point of view, you now have a dedicated tile for MEDIALecture. This lets you configure a few key things. As I mentioned before, you can define which client is used by default and whether the user is given a choice. You can also define the default metadata that is added to the title and description, as well as the default layout used when the user clicks to record. Here I'm giving the user a choice of which client to use, and I have a default layout of video on startup. There's also on this page a connection timeout value in seconds that can be defined, and I'll go into a bit more detail on what that is right now. The timeout value is purely to ensure that no recordings are lost down to interruptions in connection. On screen here you'll see that a user has lost internet access and MEDIALecture is informing them that it will attempt to resume for the period of time defined by the admin. If that time period elapses, they'll be given the opportunity to download and recover the entire recording once they click to stop recording. This is especially useful if, for example, the user was not aware of a break in their internet, as they can still keep the recording regardless of when their internet cut out. They're informed of when this happened by MEDIALecture as seen here. Once they stop the recording, they can then save the video. The file is saved locally as a WebM file, and this can be uploaded into MEDIAL. This is a fairly rare occurrence, but we've built this into the product to save on any issues with users potentially losing their recordings. The MEDIAL admin also has the facility to see any uploads that may have failed for whatever reason, for example, a user closing their browser, etc. They can decide to put those recordings into the correct user's personal category or delete the content. So again, this is an improvement on the existing MEDIALecture process, whereby it was hard to tell whether those uploads hadn't got to the server, and the admin had little way of rectifying that issue. Also in the MEDIALecture tile, there's the ability to define who has access to MEDIALecture as well.